Bring the lights down? Yeah.
Bring them down.
I hear that banjo playing a country song or two. A fun fall evening out on a date with you. Oh, my sweet, sweet darling, we've all been here before. It's Friday night, the mood is right. Honey, could we ask for more? Live or dead, from the Life Enrichment Center of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center, it's the Palm Tree Home Companion Halloween Show, presented by UMC's Worship Arts Ministry and produced by KLEC Productions. With music director Jeff Jordan at the piano, the radio repertory, yes sir, the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida, Eric Appleyard, Amanda Jordan, Tiffany Martinez, and Tammy Berry. And our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard. The first half of tonight's show is brought to you by the Ethnic Food Advertising Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity. This is our Halloween show, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Miss Amanda Jordan is here to sing for us. And there'll be more great country music from Sun City Center's own Front Porch Pickers, along with a special surprise performer. All that fabulous playing and singing here in this great space, plus Daryl Dawkins' Trailer Park Detective, birthday dedications, and more from the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. Ah, what do they do on a Friday night in SCC? When evening comes, they head for the LEC. Oh, what do the people do for fun in this great venue? They sit and sing and have a fling. That's what we'd like to do with you. Well, it's October already. Seems like just last week it was summer. Growing up, October was the second most exciting month of the year, right behind December, because at the end of the month was Halloween. Halloween was made for kids. You got to dress up in a costume representing your favorite hero or your alter ego. And even a modest effort at going door to door would yield a candy haul that would put the Easter Bunny to shame. So all month long, there was planning and preparation and anticipation enough to fire up even the most laid-back kid. For weeks, we thought about what we were going as for Halloween. Of course, back in the day, you made your own costume. Buying one was unthinkable. Magically and creatively, linen closets and clothes closets disgorged old sheets, towels, and adult clothing of every description to be turned into ghost shrouds, crusader capes, princess outfits, and hobo costumes. Even the moms got into it, applying burnt cork beards and lipstick war paint and the most ugly, disfiguring wounds you could imagine. My favorite medium was the brown paper bags you got at the grocery store. In an hour or less, you could turn 2 of them into a pretty respectable Indian costume. And with a third bag, you had the perfect receptacle to bring back the haul. And you could always tell the kids who would someday grow up to be the president of General Motors. They made 2 costumes and had 2 bags so they could run the neighborhood twice, once right after school and the other right after dinner. With a little husbandry, you could make the candy last almost to Christmas. In school, we drew pictures of skeletons and jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts and pinned them up on the hallway bulletin boards in scary scenes, with teased-out cotton for spider webs. And on Halloween Day, we got to wear our costumes to school. The last hour of class was reserved for a party in which we drank apple cider, bobbed for apples with dimes hidden in them, and ate cupcakes made to look like jack-o'-lantern faces. And at the end of class, the teachers gave us little trick-or-treat bags to prime the candy pump and sent us off with the reminder, don't forget to trick-or-treat for UNICEF.
Trick-or-treat, trick-or-treat, trick-or-treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep life serene. Trick-or-treat, 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 trick-or-treat the whole night through. Little scalawags with fiendish gags can make it tough on you. So when ghosts and goblins by the store ring the bell on your front door, you better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true.
Your nightmares will come true. Your nightmares. Our formative years saw the horror movie genre explode with a plethora of offerings that played on every fear anyone could ever have. Monsters, murders, and mayhem, space aliens, weird science, and otherworldly phenomena. And the formula was always the same. Usually, the audience would be let in on the essential threat in the story before the film's characters were. This would then be followed by an hour and a half of idiocy, in which a procession of people would defy the very laws of logic and get picked off one at a time. So much for stupidity. Hey, Jack, did you hear? 27 people have disappeared while exploring the old Simpson place. Let's get the girls and go down there on Friday night and see what happens. And of course, the young women in the movie always wore the most impractical clothing for ghost hunting: short skirts and high heels. The perfect outfit for running away from a fiend. Perhaps the quintessential movie was Psycho. People were terrified beyond all measure by it, but I didn't get it. This really happened. On a Wednesday evening, my 14-year-old brother and I decided to see this frightening film that everyone was talking about. We made the decision to see this frightening film with no trepidation, just a casual decision. So we hopped in the car and went down to the Carlton Theater in Lake Okeechobee for the last show of the night. Apparently it was late in the movie's run because there were only a few other people in the audience. At 10:30, when the movie let out, my brother and I walked out through the lobby to the sidewalk to find that all the lights had already been turned off. The lobby lights, the marquee, as well as the other stores on the street. Now alone, again, we turned right, casually walked 30 yards or so to the corner and turned right once more onto a street whose sidewalks were overhung by giant oaks that, in filtering the street lights, cast eerie shadows on the ground. We got in the car, drove home, and thought nothing more about the evening. Meanwhile, 4 of my friends, big, beefy, macho guys, who had gone to see Psycho together at the drive-in, all in one car, true story, these were guys the Marines would have coveted. After the movie, they were so scared that they drove around for 2 hours arguing about who would be the first to be dropped off. Who'd have thunk it?
I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
Talk you into what?
You know what? The haunted orange grove at midnight? And it's only our second date.
Come on, it'll be fun.
That's what you say.
No, really, it will. And then we can add our names to the list of couples who have done it.
A dubious distinction, if you ask me.
Oh, what's the matter? You scared?
No, but I've heard stories about this place.
It'll be fine. Nothing here but us and a few spiders.
Spiders? You didn't say anything about spiders.
Will you relax? Look, stay close. We'll just wait until a few minutes after midnight, and then we can just...
Woo! What was that?
An owl, I think. Boy, you really are jumpy. You want to take your fingernails out of my arm, please?
Sorry. It's just that this place gives me the creeps.
Well, it's just an orange grove.
Well, some say it's haunted. And what's an owl doing in it anyway?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask it.
Don't get funny. Woo! What was that?
What was what? I didn't hear anything.
Woo! There it is again!
Oh, yeah. Now I hear it. It's probably just the wind blowing through the orange trees, and you're clutching my arm again.
Yeah, well, you brought me here. I'll let go when we're safely back in the car.
Okay. Well, it just turned midnight. Let's wait another minute and we'll bolt.
Jack, my heart is pounding like a drum. Jack, please, I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay, we're leaving.
You know, you gotta hand it to Jack. He really knows how to get a girl to cuddle up.
Yeah. Did you see the way she grabbed his arm when I shrieked?
Way less awkward than trying to put an arm around her in a movie theater.
Yeah. He owes us big time for tonight. But let's get out of here. This place gives me the willies.
Gotcha.
It must be getting close to Halloween. The crazies are out in force.
That's the living for you.
When the forces of evil assault this quintessential American lifestyle, that's a case for Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective. Tonight, join us as Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective, investigates the case of the pesky poltergeist.
It had been fairly quiet all day. You might even say ghostly quiet. Very unusual for Halloween. Halloween is to detectives what St. Patrick's Day is to bartenders. Yet, if it hadn't been for a couple of trick-or-treaters, I could have stayed home altogether. Nevertheless, I knew something was going to happen. I felt it in my bones. And before long, I wasn't disappointed. Hello?
Hello, is this Daryl Dawkins?
Yeah, this is Dawkins. Your mouse is wanted? Felony or misdemeanor?
No, that house is haunted.
Oh, your house is haunted.
That's right. That's what running over there. And then the hand to the toe. To get the door.
Okay, I'll be right over. The call was from a guy named Roger. He lived in a nearby trailer park I had visited before. Of late, items in his single-wide had been changing location or disappearing altogether. and he was convinced that his house was haunted. What a perfect case for Halloween. Although it was now late in the afternoon, I agreed to take the assignment, even though I was planning to attend a costume party later that evening. Hoping for a quick resolution, I gunned my motorcycle and headed out to investigate. As I drove through the main gate, I was struck by the extensive Halloween decorations that were displayed throughout the community. It seemed every home had an expertly carved jack-o'-lantern on its front steps. Yards were festooned with scarecrows, skeletons, ghosts, goblins, ghouls, and witches in realistic scenes that gave one the feeling of being in a real-life Disney Haunted Mansion ride. One humorous effect had a life-size witch face-planted on a palm tree about 8 feet off the ground as though she had accidentally run into it while flying on her broom. Particularly gung-ho residents placed stereo speakers in their windows, from which emanated a profusion of moans, howls, shrieks, clanking chains, maniacal laughs, rattling bones, and spooky organ music. The din was simultaneously breathtaking and overwhelming. Man, these folks were really into it. I pulled up to the community office to let the manager know I might be snooping about. I was glad to be able to step inside for a respite from the audio effects. The community manager looked up from her desk as I entered. Good afternoon, I'm Daryl Dawkins.
Whoa, Daryl Dawkins. I've heard of you. You helped a psychic find her missing husband, right?
As a matter of fact.
Well, what brings you to our little community, Detective?
One of your residents thinks his house is haunted.
Really? This is the first I've heard of it.
Well, usually it's just a case of overactive imagination or failing memory. But I should think a real haunting would be big news in this neighborhood.
Don't let the decorations fool you, Detective. A real-life ghost would not be all that welcome here. So I hope you solve this thing quickly before too many people find out about it. Besides, I have a costume party to get to this evening, and I really want to be there on time.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Just wanted you to know I might be snooping around a bit.
I appreciate that, Detective. Good luck.
With that, I was back out into the wash of Halloween sound effects, headed for Roger's haunted trailer. When I approached, he was out in his front yard adjusting a fully articulated skeleton into a threatening pose from the movie The Mummy.
You must be Detective Dawkins. Thank you so much for coming so quickly.
No problem, Roger. So tell me, why do you think your home is haunted?
Well, for starters, things seem to move on their own.
Do you actually see them moving?
No, but I do put my pocket change on my dresser at night. And in the morning, the coins are moved from where I left them.
Is it possible you're just misremembering?
No, I'm only 55, you know. That's really not very funny. My memory's not that bad. And sometimes things disappear altogether.
What sort of things?
You know, all kinds of odds and ends. Coins, buttons, thimbles, my clip-on sunglasses, things like that.
Really? And you think it's a ghost that's doing this?
Could be.
A ghost that wears clip-on sunglasses and needs laundrette money to wash his sheet.
Well, when you put it that way. But what about the sounds I hear, scratching and clicking in various parts of the house?
That's very interesting, Roger. Do you ever hear these sounds in the walls?
Yes, sometimes. And sometimes I smell strange odors. And what about this? Every once in a while, the lights flicker on and off and on and off. What about that?
Look, I don't know what this is, but I'm pretty sure I know what it isn't. Let me investigate a little more, and I'll tell you what I find out.
Thank you so much, Detective, and I hope you solve this quickly. I have a costume party to go to this evening.
There had to be a simple explanation for all this ghostly behavior. I approached the double wide of the neighbor next door and knocked.
What do you want?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Daryl Dawkins, trailer park detective. I'm investigating some strange goings-on in Roger's home of late. May I ask, have you experienced anything out of the ordinary in your home recently?
No, but I'm not surprised to hear that strange things are happening here.
What do you mean?
I make my living as a dowser, detective. I have a gift that allows me to locate water and iron under the soil. I have long suspected that this community lays on one of the Earth's force lines. The kind of incidents you're referring to often occur where such force lines intersect.
I see.
And people who are psychically sensitive, as I have long suspected Roger to be, often experience a higher incidence of such events.
And you think that's what's happening here? The Force is with Roger.
Yes. There are still many things we do not understand about the universe, detective.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you. If I have any additional questions, may I stop back?
Yes, if I'm here, but you better make it quick. I have a costume party to go to tonight.
Will do. You meet all kinds in this business, but at least she didn't suggest it was a ghost. I wondered if she would have been surprised to learn that the psychically sensitive Roger thought it was a ghost. A quick span of the area suggested that the neighbor living on the other side of Roger was my next best bet. I rang the doorbell.
Boom, boom. Oh, hi. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Darrell Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective. I'm investigating some strange happenings that have been taking place in Roger's home.
Well, I'm Karen Green. What kind of strange happenings?
Oh, objects that seem to move on their own or disappear, missing coins, buttons, thimbles, clip-on sunglasses, stuff like that.
Gee, I don't know that I could help you there, Detective.
Well, may I ask you a few more questions, Miss Green?
Okay, but please make it quick. I'm in the middle of getting ready for a costume party this evening.
Uh-huh. So what is it you do for a living, Miss Green?
I'm a grad student at the university. I'm getting a PhD in zoology.
I see. And what is your thesis on?
Specific behaviors of certain members of the rodentia.
You're studying rats.
Technically, yes, but not the kind of rats you may be thinking of. My interest lies with the members of the genus Neotoma.
Neotoma floridana, I suspect.
Yes, but how did you know?
And unless I miss my guess, you've been keeping some live specimens here.
Oh my gosh, Detective, I have. But if this ever gets out, I could be in big trouble. Please don't tell anyone.
And speaking of getting out, I suspect that one of your subjects has escaped and you can't find it.
Oh no, please, Detective Dawkins, what can I do? I could lose my lease over this, and that would throw a real monkey wrench into finishing my research in time for next spring's graduation.
I hated to see her years of research in jeopardy, not to mention losing her home. Fortunately, I thought of a way to protect her and still fix Roger's problem. The solution included telling Roger the truth about what was causing the strange events in his house, but avoiding the specifics of Karen's role in it. When I explained it to her, she jumped at the chance to put things right. I headed back to Roger's to tell him the good news.
My goodness, Detective Dawkins, you're back already. Well, have you exorcised my ghost?
In a manner of speaking. But first of all, it's not a ghost.
It's not?
No. Roger, this is probably a rhetorical question, but are you familiar with Neotoma floridana, the eastern wood rat?
No. Why?
The eastern wood rat, Neotoma floridana, is a pack rat, native to the central and eastern United States. Its range extends from southeastern New York all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. And in the southern states, it often lives in holes in the ground or in hollow trees.
I see. But what of it?
Pack rats are nest builders, which they construct from plant material such as branches, twigs, and sticks, along with other available debris. To find this material, they get into everything from attics to car engines, stealing things and damaging electrical wiring. They can also be quite vocal and boisterous.
Go on, Detective.
A peculiar characteristic is that if they find something they want, they will drop what they are currently carrying and trade it for the new item that has just caught their attention, and they are particularly fond of shiny objects.
I understand, Detective. But how does that affect me?
I believe you have one living in the walls of your house. In fact, I'm pretty much certain of it. Think about it. It explains everything. The moved items, the missing items, the noise in your walls, even the smells.
But how do you know all this?
As Daryl Dawkins, trailer park detective, it's my job to know.
So what do I do? What do I do?
I've taken care of that. I've engaged a professional zoologist to live track the pack rat in your wall. Once that's done, we can locate its nest and retrieve your missing items.
Detective Dawkins, thank you so much. And just in time for me to leave for my party.
When the forces of evil assault this quintessential American lifestyle, that's a case for Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective. Join us next time when Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective, investigates the case of the profane parrot.
Since our very first show, it has been my desire to present a wide variety of musical talent on a Palm Tree Home Companion. After our August show, we knew that our decision to delve into musical areas such as opera was a sound one. So, emboldened, tonight we're excited to introduce another guest performer. Bill Hayden is a professor of music at the University of South Florida and a graduate of the Juilliard School of Music in violin performance. In keeping with the theme of this evening's show, tonight he will be playing Danse Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns. Making his Palm Tree debut, please give a warm welcome to Bill Hayden. This is a good trend, I think, huh? Yeah. Thinking about Halloween and hearing music such as we've just heard brings up thoughts of the things and places that scare us. Why, for instance, are we frightened by a swamp? But not by a koi pond? We're wary when it comes to entering a rundown old house. But we enter new construction with eager excitement.
Wow, this kitchen is beautiful.
Graveyards are to be avoided. But we don't give a second thought to inviting people to visit our new columbarium.
I love what they've done with the shrubbery.
You wouldn't think of taking a shortcut through the woods at night.
Ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-da.
But a shortcut across the neighbor's lawn is no problem. Snoop around an abandoned airplane hangar down at the old airport? No way.
Hello, lo, 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 lo. Anybody there? There.
But visit a big box store at night?
Attention Kmart shoppers.
No problem. Uh-oh, there's a strange fog rolling in. But a sauna? Not an issue. Some hotels are highly prized.
Hi, welcome to the Disney's Grand Floridian.
And some high risk.
Good evening. Do you have any vacancies here at the Bates Motel?
A castle on the moors? You're on your own.
Oh!
A castle at the Magic Kingdom?
When you wish upon a star.
A sacred Indian burial ground? To be avoided.
Hey.
A successful Indian casino? Let's go! An owl scares us.
Woo! Woo!
Whereas, not so much. And both clergy and psychics tell us to stay away from the Ouija board. It's not a game.
Ooh, look, it's spelling something.
But who's afraid of...
Jump, it's fun. Jump, it's easy. Jump, we love to play Parcheesi.
If only we were afraid to visit Baskin Robbins. Miss Sarah Appleyard, everyone. You're listening to a live broadcast of a Palm Tree Home Companion coming to you from the Life Enrichment Center of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center. Featuring Mr. Jeff Jordan at the piano, our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard, and the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. The first half of tonight's show is sponsored by the Ethnic Food Advertising Council. The Ethnic Food Ad Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity.
Hey, where's Bill?
He's running late, but he should be here any minute.
Hey guys, sorry.
No problem.
So what's on the menu?
Funny you should ask. We've all been racking our brains for some new place we can take the girls for dinner on Friday night, right?
Right, but no compelling ideas so far.
Exactly. And let's not forget that Friday is Halloween.
Yeah, I know. But I think I've got that covered too.
I like a man with a plan.
Yeah, let's hear it, Einstein.
We eat ethnic.
Eat ethnic. Look, I don't think meatballs and spaghetti on Halloween.
No. Not that kind of ethnic.
What then?
I'm thinking more like Haitian Cajun Creole fusion. Haitian Cajun Creole fusion. You know, like from the spooky Louisiana bayous where the zombies play.
Whoa, that is awesome. But is the food any good?
Are you kidding? Listen, Haitian Cajun Creole fusion is a blend of Italian, Spanish, African, German, Caribbean, Portuguese, and Native American cooking. There's something for everyone. Like diricole à quoi.
What's that?
Well, it's rice and beans. But, it's topped with red snapper, or you can get goat on top.
Wow. Can't remember the last time I had goat. but I like a good belt on Friday nights. What about adult beverages?
Right. Have you ever heard of Clarin? It's Haitian moonshine made from molasses. Or, for a more exotic taste, there's crema, made from creamed coconut, dark rum, and spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, or anise.
Well, I'm sold. But where do we obtain these wonderful dishes?
That's the best part. It seems there's a new restaurant down on the river. It's got authentic cuisine, and get this, it's named for a Civil War general, General Beauregard Howe, who disappeared in the Louisiana swamps after the war and was never seen again alive. But his ghost is said to haunt the bayou where he shuffled off his mortal coil, so to speak. So, all the waitstaff dress as Civil War zombie soldiers. How cool is that? The menus are shaped like tombstones, and the unfortunate general puts in an appearance about every hour or so in the form of a hologram or something like that.
Perfect. We have an interesting new place to take the ladies. It works for Halloween, and the food sounds interesting. It's win-win-win. We should get reservations right away.
Already did.
Excellent. And what is the name of this new eatery?
Howe's Bayou.
This message has been brought to you by the Ethnic Food Advertising Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity.
They're back. The Front Porch Pickers, that is. Don't want to take them for granted, but after 5 shows in a row, they have kind of become our house band,
Amen.
And we're delighted. That said, several members of the group couldn't make it tonight. Yep. Including their regular spokeswoman, Jan Ring, so I'm going to do the honors. Starting out, we're going to bring up Don Larson to sing for you. It's just him in this number, and it's also just him at Bella Cucina every Monday and Wednesday evening from 5:30 to 7:30. And you can catch the full Front Porch Pickers ensemble at the Rollins Theater in Sun City Center every Wednesday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. So let's have a warm welcome for Don Larson singing Over the Rainbow.
Feel free to sing along if you want to. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, or somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, or somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. why can't if happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Ooh. Thank you.
Honey, are you ready yet? It's time to leave for the costume party.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You sound kind of down.
I'm sorry, babe. It's just that every time I look in the mirror, I see how ugly my teeth look. It's depressing because there's not much I can do about it without spending a lot of money.
Not true. New from the Handy organization, a leader in body applique technology, comes Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers. Now, there's no need to spend tens of thousands of dollars just so your smile will dazzle on those occasions when you want to look absolutely perfect. With Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers, you can match the whiteness, brightness, and shape of any of your existing teeth, or cover them all to create that perfect movie star smile. Just remove the veneer from its backing paper and press it in place. Voila! It's there until you remove it. You can eat, drink, or even undo a knot with your teeth because those veneers are really on. Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers are amazing. Employing the same easy-to-use technology as press-on fingernails, Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers apply easily and stay on for up to 72 hours. Wear them for the evening or for a weekend and step out with confidence, knowing that your teeth won't detract from your otherwise stunning appearance. And when it's time to remove them, just rinse your mouth with our safe, non-toxic mouthwash, and the organic adhesive that has held them on all evening will loosen, leaving no residue on your real teeth. It's just that simple. And just in time for Halloween, get Smile Handy's specialty tooth veneers. Add a touch of realism to your costume with such selections as vampire fangs, cracked and broken appearing teeth, a large gap between your front teeth, and highly stained and decayed teeth. Unless, of course, that's how your real teeth look. Get Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers today and avoid the embarrassment of looking like you've got a mouthful of maggots. Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers. It's not just for fingernails anymore.
Honey, what a dazzling smile.
Thanks to Smile Handy Press-On Tooth Veneers, that is.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's show. Broadcast live from the Life Enrichment Center of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center. If you'd like to know more about UMC, please visit our website at www.umcscc.org. If you're looking for a church or considering a new church home, we hope you'll visit. Currently, we have 5 services each Sunday. Services in English include our weekly communion service at 9:30 a.m. in the sanctuary, celebrated with choir, traditional hymns, and liturgy. This service is an opportunity to receive communion every week. At 8:30 and again at 10 a.m., a contemporary service is conducted here in the LEC. It offers a more relaxed worship experience, so join us then for a time of uplifting music and meaningful prayer. At 11 a.m., a second traditional service is also held in the sanctuary. It features your favorite hymns and music for organ, choir, and handbells. We serve communion at this service on the first Sunday of every month, and we look forward to your visit. No matter which of our English services you attend, you'll be treated to an uplifting message from each Sunday from Pastor Charlie Rentz. And you can also catch Pastor Charlie's sermons broadcast on a one-week delay on WSCQ 96.3 FM, Sundays at 11 a.m. In addition, there is a Spanish service on Sundays at 4 p.m. right here in this great space. We're going to take a 10-minute intermission right now, but be sure to come back for the second half. Miss Amanda Jordan will sing for us, and there'll be more from the Front Porch Pickers. All that plus news from Lake Lokidoki, Mr. Jeff Jordan, the Sun City Center Singers, and the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. And now, give a warm welcome to Manny Escudero, who will entertain during the break, and this Sunday at 1:30 and again at 6:30 at the Community Hall in Sun City Center. Board, reminding you that salt is for life. Jackie P. has a birthday on Monday. Have a happy Jackie, and thanks for your early morning coffee prep, say friends. So early, no one has actually sees her arrive. Happy anniversary from the UMC Choir to Gwen and Larry H., celebrating 25 years. Musically, Larry's, yep, give it up. Musically, Larry solos from time to time, but matrimonially, it's definitely a duo. Happy birthday to Tiffany from the cast of A Palm Tree Home Companion. Celebrating her birthday next Thursday. Tiff, UMC is blessed by your upbeat personality and amazing shoes. Love you, babe. Doug C. is celebrating another birthday and kicking cancer's behind. To which we all say, praise God. Power of prayer, folks. Nancy V. also has a birthday next week. Friends wish you the best on your natal day, and thank you for being UMC's money honey. She's one UMC member who really counts. The 11th is the birthday of Leon G., one of the coolest guys at UMC. Hope you have a happy day, say friends, and recipients of the candy you always seem to have in your pocket. Leon is a sweet treat in more ways than one. The UMC Choir and the cast of A Palm Tree Home Companion send early birthday wishes to Glennie L., a lady who punctuates life with exclamation marks, and a big fan of A Palm Tree Home Companion. Norm and Ginny D. celebrate another anniversary on the 17th. Hope it's happy and healthy, say all who have experienced your fun and sweet selves. And you are so missed in choir. And a happy birthday fanfare for Valerie S., our church organist. Master of the only organ, yeah, right? She's the master of the only organ in Hillsborough County that groans when you turn it off. Got to get that fixed, I think. Congratulations from your South Shore friends to Rick E., recently retired from a high-pressure senior position with Mickey D's. Wife Susie says the deceleration was like running into a 500-pound marshmallow. This month, Dell and Linda S. celebrate their anniversary. Hope it's your best yet, say your friends on the praise team. One's an extrovert and the other an introvert. Proof positive that opposites attract. UMC's nursing home diva, Phyllis B., has a birthday this month. Friends wish you many happy returns. Hope you celebrate large, dear. Happy birthday from attendees of the 9:30 service to Reverend Bill M., who always graciously willing to pitch in, theologically speaking, so to speak. Happy birthday to Karen R., our stained glass artisan and head usher, as she welcomes another one toward the end of this month. Mention a Palm Tree Home Companion and she'll see that you get a good seat. Paul Crosby, one of UMC's sound and lighting experts, receives warm birthday wishes from attendees of the 11 o'clock service. He's also UMC's go-to guy for all your auto repair needs. Mention that you heard it at a Palm Tree Home Companion and he'll see that you get a good seat. UMC wishes a happy birthday to Helen M., one of the voices of UMC. She shares her genteel manner with all who call the church and shares her servant's heart with all in need. An enthusiastic happy birthday to one of UMC's timely treasures, Dick B., from all who appreciate the many contributions you make. Dick has turned a warm reception into an art form. Happy birthday to Mabel H., UMC Design Master and Poinsettia Princess, from appreciative members. Appropriately, her birthday is Halloween Day. This show's for you, Mabel. And finally, happy birthday to another longtime choir member, Jean T., who has been singing for years, says Jeff. She'll be 93 years young on Halloween. No trick, but a real treat. This is our fifth show, and I guess by now we're entitled to consider cast members who've appeared in all of our past performances of A Palm Tree Home Companion as regulars. And if you attended any of our past shows, you know what a pleasure it is to hear Amanda Jordan sing. But if this is your first Palm Tree, we hope her performance will make you sorry that you missed all the others. Please give a warm welcome to Amanda Jordan. Happy Halloween a few weeks early.
Happy Halloween.
Given tonight's theme, have you chosen something in keeping with the topic?
You bet. Tonight I'm going to sing I Put a Spell on You from Hocus Pocus.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Amanda Jordan.
Thank you very much, Gideon. And I will have some special guests help me out with this. Can you start that over, please? I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. They're lying. It's been 300 years, right down to the day, and the witch is back, and there's you know what to pay. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Hello, my name is Winifred. What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. My whammy fell on you, and it was strong. Because of all the witches working, I'm the worst. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. She's lying. And if you don't believe, you better get superstitious. Ask my girls. Ooh, I'm vicious. I put a spell on you, a very wicked spell. I put a spell on you. Girls, I say into pi, alpha, maybe, up and die.
I say into pi, alpha, maybe, up and die.
In kama koriyama. Hey, hi, say bye bye. Bye bye.
Those are our kids. You know, those are our kids. Yeah. Just thought I'd say that. Sorry.
I thought the cast of Hamlet was on hiatus and they were doing another gig.
As your ghost host, let me start by asking, are all the representatives here?
No. The Frankensteins and mummies haven't arrived yet.
Well, they don't walk as fast as the rest of us, you know.
The werewolves are here. Can we get started? There's supposed to be an ideal fog tonight.
Hey, we've waited millennia for this meeting, Lucan. We can wait a few more minutes. Did the Menahunis send a representative?
Nah, they said it was too hard to get here from Hawaii, but they'll go along with whatever we decide.
Okay, what about the goblins?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay, well, we've convened this meeting because many of you have expressed dissatisfaction over the centuries with our working conditions, and we think it's time to unionize.
That's right. We Banshees spend all our time shrieking. It's hard on the voice. We need medical coverage and compensation for the lost time when we get laryngitis.
Right on. And most of us haunt 24/7 with no time off. We should get weekends, holidays, and vacations. Except Halloween and Houdini's birthday, of course.
Yeah, and what about a clothing allowance? I've been in this same outfit for 700 years.
Think you've got a problem? Try 7,000 years.
Oh, good. The mummies are here.
At least you've got real clothes. The only thing between me and total embarrassment is this 7,000-year-old ace bandage.
Look, we've all got grievances, people. What we gotta do is put them in writing so we can present our demands to management. Has Edgar Allan Poe materialized to write all this down?
No, he said he's an author, not a recording secretary. Or to quote him directly, nevermore.
Okay then, will you do the honors please, Banshee?
Sure, but why does it always have to be a woman?
Hey, I'd do it, but it's hard to hold a pen in my paw.
Okay. So is there anything else we want before we end this meeting?
Yeah, the werewolves want 2 15-minute walks a day so we can relieve ourselves.
That seems fair, but I notice no one has talked about a salary increase.
Hey, we gotta think strategically here, Goblin. Let's not press for everything all at once. Next time, we'll go for the pay raise.
Good thinking, Ghost.
I noticed the vampires haven't had much to say.
What can they say? They only work a half day as it is.
I guess you're right.
So, is that it? Have we forgotten anything?
What are we going to call ourselves then?
How about the International Brotherhood of Paranormal Entities?
Go! You know the media will shorten that to its acronym. Do you want everyone referring to us as IBOP? How can we be taken seriously with a name like that?
Aye, and why brotherhood? There's more women here than men.
It's okay, people. I got the perfect name for the new union.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? What is it?
The Screamsters.
Sold!
Well, it's been a perfect week in Lake Okeechobee, Florida, my hometown. Down on the edge of the Everglades, the weather was sunny and in the 80s every day. Perfect for welcoming the new pastor. The announced retirement and leave-taking of Pastor George Castor, the beloved senior minister of Umclod, the United Methodist Church of Lake Okeechobee, left the entire town on tenterhooks as people waited, anticipated, and speculated as to whom his replacement would be. In such matters, the name of a new pastor is usually known by church members before the retiring pastor's last day, but not so in this case, which only fueled the rumor mill the more. Those with a tendency to separation anxiety thought that perhaps the bishop of the Florida Conference, whose responsibility it was to choose a new pastor, was reluctant to do so too quickly in the hope that Pastor Castor would change his mind. Optimists guessed that perhaps he couldn't decide between a host of worthy candidates, while pessimists opined that perhaps there was no one who could measure up to Pastor Castor's tremendous contribution to Umclad over the years. And the good bishop was merely looking for a way to protect Pastor Castor's replacement from the comparisons that would inevitably be made. After all, it would take a strong man to deal with that. And so everyone was shocked and amazed when it was finally announced that the new pastor would be an interim, and that she would serve for a minimum of 6 months and a maximum of 2 years. The response was, well, it was something to behold. The women members of Umclad were immediately supportive. It's about time we had a woman in the pulpit, they said, while the men found themselves caught in a prison of political correctness. On the one hand, they didn't want to appear disapproving of the first female pastor in the history of Umclad and therefore risk incurring their wives' reproach, not to mention the embarrassment of being labeled sexist. But on the other hand, many were not quite comfortable with the notion of a lady preacher either. Progress and modernity has come to Lake Okeechobee, the Lake Okeechobee Croc wrote in a welcoming editorial. And the town's other clergy, who formed the membership of the Lake Okeechobee Men of the Cloth Council, wondered out loud whether this would force them to change the name of the group and whether she played golf. Finally, the day came for the members to meet her in person, and she was beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. Carrie Underwood beautiful. Almost instantly, the polarity of Umclad's members swung 180 degrees as the men smiled at each other knowingly and allowed as how perhaps they had been a little hasty in their judgment. Perhaps she ought to be given a chance, out of respect for the bishop's decision. Meanwhile, the wives squirmed uncomfortably as they searched for a way to walk back their previously unbridled encouragement of their husbands to accept the societal change she represented by adopting a more measured restraint in their initial interactions with this new pastor. Progress and modernity has come to Lake Okeechobee, the Lake Okeechobee Croc reiterated in a follow-up interview with her. And so it was that the Reverend Dr. Brandy Wilkins assumed the helm of Umclad. All of this newness would have faded quickly, and the seasons of the church reimposed themselves at Umclad had it been any other time of the year but late September. But as we all eventually learned, timing is everything in life. And so, without any warning or preparation, the Reverend Dr. Wilkins found herself the focal point of a controversy that quickly took over the entire town. A controversy of greater magnitude than boxers or briefs. Greater scope than the wearing of saggy, baggy pants. And greater theological weight than how many angels can dance on the head of a pin, or even did Adam have a belly button? It was Fall Fest or Halloween. Throughout Lake Okeechobee's neighborhoods, both viewpoints were in evidence. A vast majority of the members of Praise Assembly Revival Tabernacle Baptist Church, Part B, as it was commonly called, came down squarely on the side of Fall Fest. Halloween was of the devil, they believed, and there was no way they could countenance it. Meanwhile, the parishioners of Our Lady of Perpetual Bingo Catholic Church fell equally strongly behind the celebration of Halloween. Halloween was the necessary precursor to All Saints' Day, a holy day of obligation, a celebration the church had owned since the year 610. There was no way they would surrender it to Satan or to those willing to surrender it to him. Members of Whispering Palms Episcopal stayed out of the controversy altogether. To them, it didn't matter whether it was Fall Fest or Halloween. Either way, it would come down to costumes and candy for the children and wine and cheese for the adults. Everyone, it seemed, was eager to publicly declare their stand on the issue. The churches used the sign on their front lawn, the one usually reserved for announcing the title of the coming week's sermon. The Catholics rallied their members with a simple directive: take back Halloween. Part B warned its members, don't fall for Satan's tricks. Whispering Palms steered clear with a sermon on the perfect seasonal wine for a Seder. And individual homes adopted their own symbols: carved jack-o'-lanterns for those favoring Halloween, and a bundle of corn stalks and an uncarved pumpkin, or a door spray consisting of 3 ears of corn with multicolored kernels for Fall Fest fans. And so, all eyes turned to Umclod to weigh in and hopefully break the tie. It was going to take a strong woman to deal with that. And if the issue had split the town right down the middle, so had it evenly rent Umclod. Out of respect, most members kept their preferences to themselves, but as in Lake Okeechobee in general, there were a few outspoken advocates on both sides. And a strange thing happened. People began sitting on one side of the sanctuary or the other, closer to the outspoken advocate they favored, even if they had sat somewhere else for years. It was extremely subtle, sort of like continental drift. But in the course of a few weeks, everyone had voted with their backsides, so to speak. It remained then for Pastor Wilkins to declare herself, and it was then that the wisdom of the bishop's choice was manifested. She did the smartest and most logical thing she could do. She kicked the can, or in this case, the pumpkin, down the road by declaring that a decision which would have the effect of binding Umclod to a particular course for years into the future rightly belonged to the one who would have to live with that decision, the permanent pastor, whoever he or she might be, whenever he or she was named. Game, set, match. The men of Umclod were quietly relieved. She had dodged the bullet. She would be completing her tenure. The women admitted grudging admiration. After all, it was clever, non-confrontational, and neutral. And the townsfolk accepted the reality that, while the battle may have been averted, the war was yet to be won. And that's the news from Lake Okeechobee, the little town on the edge of the Everglades that time pretty much ignores, where all the women are right, all the men are happy, and all the children play outdoors. Well, if you enjoyed the first half's Front Porch Picker, you're going to love this one too. This time it's Bill Layton, accompanied by Dusty Rhodes, singing "You Win Again."
I usually pick a story song. This one's unfortunately going to be a sad song, but it has a nice rhythm to it. We enjoy doing it from time to time. And I'd like to introduce my honorary pickers for tonight, Jeff and Lou, and my friend Dusty Rhodes. This song is written by Hank Williams. He probably never heard it this way, though. The story is true. I can vouch for it. The news is out all over town that you've been seen out running around. I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go. You win again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody Yes, everybody knew but me. Just trusting in you was my greatest sin. What can I do? Oh no, you're gonna win again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody knew but me. Just trusting in you was my greatest sin. What can I do? Oh no, darling, you're gonna win again. What can I do? You're gonna win again. Thank you very much.
It's open.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Jan. Grab some coffee and have a sit.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
So what's new on your side of the street?
Not much. The kids are driving me crazy, obsessing over their Halloween costumes.
Yeah, mine too.
And I'm not looking forward to a month of fighting over candy consumption. Oops. Knocked over the salt shaker. Sorry.
What? Quick, throw some of the spilled salt over your left shoulder.
What? Why?
Just do it. Do it now.
Okay, there. But what's this all about?
When you throw spilled salt over your left shoulder, you're throwing it into the face of the devil and reaffirming God's protection from evil spirits. Da Vinci showed Judas as having spilled salt in his painting of the Last Supper, and look how that turned out. No sense taking any chances.
Did you know that spilling salt has been considered bad luck since early Roman times? Salt was an emblem of sanctity and protection, hence it was usually presented to guests to signify the abiding strength of friendship.
Wow, I never realized.
Well, now you do. This Good Life tip is brought to you by the United States Salt Board, who want you to know that salt is for life.
Honey, quick, turn on the news channel.
I'm watching Criminal Minds.
I know.
But that's a rerun. This is live.
Oh, okay.
Here at University of Tampa, where zombies have been roaming the campus on this Halloween evening. I'm looking to see if there was someone who can tell us about what is going on. Wait, a man has just emerged from one of the class buildings. Sir, may I ask who you are?
Why, yes. I'm an anatomy professor here at UT.
Please tell us, Professor, what did you see?
I was working in my lab late tonight when my eyes beheld a creepy sight. From across the campus came a zombie crew. I was in great fear of what they'd do.
They did the mash,
They did the zombie mash.
the zombie mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the zombie mash. While laboratory in the campus east, I saw hordes of zombies like a writhing beast. The fiends assembled on the campus quad and twitched and jerked. It was really odd.
They did the mash,
They did the zombie mash.
the zombie mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the zombie mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. They seemed intent on dancing, not bothering anyone.
They did the mash,
They did the zombie mash.
the zombie mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the zombie mash.
Thank you, Professor. Really strange goings on here, folks. If this is the feared zombie apocalypse, you'd expect that they would be running around looking for people to attack. Oh, here's a woman hurrying by. Can we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, girl, but you better hurry up.
Okay, we're trying to find out what's going on around here. Can you shed some light on that?
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who can I call?
Ghostbusters!
There's something weird and it don't look good. Who can I call?
Ghostbusters!
I'm afraid of them ghosts. I'm afraid of them ghosts. The zombie creeps running in the streets. Who can you call?
Ghostbusters!
There's jumping bed under the sheets. And then you can call.
Ghostbusters!
I'm afraid of them ghosts. I'm afraid of them ghosts. Who can you call?
Ghostbusters!
You're home alone and hear a moan, running cold.
Ghostbusters!
I'm afraid of them ghosts. Get me out of here! I'm afraid of them ghosts.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow, look at her run. What is going on here at the University of Tampa campus? Is this the dreaded zombie apocalypse, or is there some other explanation? Oh my gosh, I'm being approached by what can only be described as a group of zombies. Oh, please don't!
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake,
Spooks come out for a swinging wake.
happy haunts materialize
and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide,
For a zombie spook may be by your side.
shrouded in a dread disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high o'er the dead oak tree,
Spooks arrive for the midnight spree.
zombie creeps with eerie eyes.
Start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
Weird glows gleam where spirits dwell.
restless bones etherealize.
Zombie spooks of every size.
Grim grinning ghosts
Come out to socialize.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, for a zombie spook may be by your side, shrouded in a dread disguise. They pretend to terrorize. Grinning ghosts out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high on the dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Zombie creeps with eerie eyes start to shriek and harmonize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
You hear the knell of a requiem bell. Weird glows gleam where spirits dwell. Restless bones etherealize. Zombie spooks of every size.
Oh, they just kept on going, heading toward the quad. I'm going to follow them. I'm now at the quad, and there are easily hundreds of zombies here. Partying? Apparently no threat to the populace, and clearly this is not the zombie apocalypse, but it is the zombie apocalypso.
Belly to belly. Yes, my friend. Back to back. Belly to belly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. It was a zombie jamboree. They steal a campus dormitory. It was a zombie jamboree. And all the zombies singing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, it was was a zombie jamboree. From the forum they were heading to UFT. Up, down, downtown, zombie jamboree. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah. There were dance party zombies from SFU. A Gasparilla zombie and his pirate crew. Zombies coming from museums and from the zoo. The zombies from Evil City too.
What they do?
Back to back, yeah. Belly to belly, well I don't give a dang, 'cause I'm stoned dead already. Back to back, oh oh oh, belly to belly, it's a zombie jamboree. We do the limbo. Back to back, yeah. Belly to belly, well I don't give a dang, 'cause I'm stoned dead already. Back to back, oh oh oh, belly to belly, it's a zombie jamboree. Hey 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 hey.
What a fun show tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We've had a blast here. Hope you have too. Thanks to our drummer, Lou Sims. Thanks to the fabulous Bill Hayden. Thanks so much to the Front Porch Pickers. And thanks to our resident songbird, Amanda Jordan. Our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard. And our fabulous actors, the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida, Eric Appleyard, Tammy Berry, Amanda Jordan, and Tiffany Martinez. Happy birthday. Mr. Jeff Jordan, our music director at the piano. Manny Escudero and his amazing piano repertoire. Thanks to Chris Appleyard, our video cameraman. Tom Montgomery, our technical wizard up in the booth. Special thanks to the hospitality team for those delicious desserts. Yeah.
Sarah Straub.
Show was written by Sandy Beach and Sunny Day. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Worship Arts Ministry of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center, produced by KLEC Productions. Been a super evening. Let's get everybody back to close out with I'll Fly Away.
Here we go. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows banjo.
Show is Friday, January 23rd. Please mark your calendar so you won't miss it. In the meantime, if you enjoyed tonight's show, tell a friend. If not, tell an enemy. Good night. Thanks, guys.